according to my producers, I start too soon. I'm just ready to go is what it is. So we're just going to take a couple minutes up top. If you're watching it, you're just coming in. If you're on Facebook, you get to see what we're going to talk about. We're going to hit, we're going to hit a few topics here, guys. So we're going to have some fun. Boom. Here we go. Live. Drop some comments if you're in here looking at this. Drop some comments. Let me know you're out there listening. Oh, these guys are gonna cut this out. So edit audience. This gives me time to edit my shit, and I don't got to do it on the fly. All right, we're gonna get going, and let's see. Online. Nice. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the FredTalk Dolocast, baby. Another solo episode with me, your friend, your pal, your buddy, Freddie Valoy. I hope everybody's doing well. I've got second dose energy right now, guys. And I'm not flexing like people do on their fucking Instagram stories where they put the vaccine card. I think some people need to, with the way they're acting, they need to ice out their vaccine card and put it on a chain and just put it on like a medallion, a vaccine card medallion. Because with the way some of you guys are flaunting these damn cards, I'm loving it. You went from the mask to the cards. I'm not knocking you, making fun of you, but I'm not knocking you. That's how you roll. That's your power move, baby. I get it, because I got second dose energy on me right now, so I'm not hating. I'm just seeing what you're doing. Putting the card over your face on your profile. That's an interesting mating pool. The mating pool is like, we're getting vaccinated and we're wearing our mask during sex out here. All right. Second dose energy. I was shivering in the middle of the night. As a man, you don't really want to shiver. And if you know this podcast, you know that we get vulnerable here and all that stuff, and I'm comfortable with that. But there's certain things I have to draw a line somewhere myself, guys. I can't just be Mr. Open and free and always thinking open-minded, blah, blah, blah. There are things that scare me and there are things that make me uncomfortable and that test my manhood, and shivering is one of those things for me. I don't know about you. As a guy, I think I told this story before. I took a picture with a buddy and fucking he shivered in the middle, and I was like, oh, this is ammo for a long time. As a guy, you don't really want to be shivering. So I was shivering at night. My girl gave me a couple Tylenol, passed through it. We just been kind of tired all day. I didn't know if I was going to get to this live stream, but the energy got better throughout the day. So shout out to the vaccine. And here's the thing about the vaccine and me, guys. Here's the thing. People are like, oh, I did research. I did that. I'll admit, I didn't do any research whatsoever for this vaccine. I was just kind of listening to stuff, and that was it. I did real nigga research. And if you don't know what real nigga research is, it's essentially common sense, guys. The only reason I didn't do the Johnson & Johnson vaccine was because it was a one and done vaccine. I was like, it just seemed too good to be true. I didn't look in the science. I didn't look at what lab they did it in, how the processes. I didn't do any of that stuff, guys. I was just like, it just seems too good to be true. And then I said, between Pfizer and Moderna is where can I get it first, the fastest? That's it. Call me stupid, call me a sheep, call me what you want. I'm taking the vaccine just to clear my conscience so I can go out. So I can go out this summer, guys, because I'm going to have a summer this summer. I'm going to be vaxxed, and we're going to be relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you're on that same boat, that you did not do research. You just kind of took it because you're fucking over this shit, and you just want to put it right behind you. Let me know, because this summer is going to be a horny summer, guys. I don't know. This summer is going to be a horny summer. Go ahead. Tell me your argument against that. People have been locked down for a year, whatever. People are just starting to get out now and really kind of spread their legs, guys. This summer, there's not going to be any stopping. Don't get caught slipping out there, guys. Don't get caught slipping. Children are great, but if you're just trying to get your rocks off and then you end up with a kid, that's just your adventure goes a whole different way. So this summer, I think, is going to be a horny summer. Well, let me know what you guys think. If you think this summer is going to be horny. If you actually don't, you think it's going to be a kind of non-horny summer, the summer of non-horn, let me know too, because I actually would like to hear the argument for that. It just seems to me, it just makes sense that that's where this is all going to go. You know, that's where I feel like that's where this is all going to go. So horny summer, watch out, fellas. Don't get caught lacking out there. You know, keep it tight, keep it clean. All right. It's coming from this is a PSA from the FredTalk podcast, guys. And this FredTalk podcast is brought to you by Own the Chaos Investing. It's a YouTube channel. They'll help you get your knowledge on investing and trading where it needs to be with the fun community that they have. They do a live stream every Sunday at 7:30 Eastern on YouTube, and they talk about the upcoming week in the stock market and what they plan on trading. They've already built a community of over 1,000 people, guys. They're out there doing it. Awesome community. They're learning stuff. They're making money, and they're having fun, all right? I mean, what is this podcast about? This podcast is about getting better and having fun, and this is what they're doing, and you're learning how to put money in your pocket. Way more useful than the FredTalk podcast. So check them out, guys. They send out a free watch list every morning with 5 stocks they're watching for that day. All right, just go to Own the Chaos Investing to sign up for the watch list, where they send you the watch list every morning with the 5 stocks that they're looking at that day, and then also the live stream every Sunday at 7:30 Eastern on YouTube. That's Own the Chaos Investing. Check out ownthechaos.com to join the Chaos crew. All right. That's our sponsor right there. What are we doing here, guys? I was thinking the other day, how did morning announcements go in your school? Like, how was that done? How did they pick the kids? Because I didn't really do that. I think I did them like once, and I fucked it up. I try to be, you try to be funny and shit, and it doesn't always work out. But like, there was typically, I feel like, a lot of kids that, if it wasn't the teachers doing it, sometimes their kids would jump on, and there were like regulars that would jump on. They would get time every morning a few times a week. And I was like, fuck, how do you get that gig? Does anybody know someone that did the morning announcements on the regular? Like, they were a regular for the morning announcements, same way comedians, you try to get time in the morning, or we get time at night, but those kids are getting time in the morning. What are the people that are regulars doing that? What are they up to these days? Right? What are they doing? I feel like they have their shit together, right? They got everything locked down. They got 401k, retirement. They're probably, a lot of them are probably like accountants or something like that. Let me know if you did the morning announcements on the regular. Let us know what you're up to. Just shoot me an Instagram message with a couple of bullet points, and I'll report it, because I think people would want to know what you guys are up to. It was a coveted position. You got to be in everybody's ear for a couple minutes in the morning. I mean, some of you guys were out there multiple times a month. That's crazy shit. As a kid, that's a responsibility. Think about putting a child on an intercom. Terrible public speakers, too. At least in my generation. I bet you kids these days crush it, which is like all the social media consumption and shit. You ever see those kids that act too grown up? It's kind of creepy. I like those kids. You just have a normal conversation. Hey, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? So morning announcements, peeps. Where you guys at? What's going on? Tell us how you live in your life, okay? I'm assuming you guys got your shit together. But there could also be maybe you peaked early, and now you've been trying to ride that high your whole life. You get into drug addiction. I don't know. I don't know what the morning announcement people are up to, and that's why I'm asking to please chime in. If you know someone that did the morning announcements on the regular, let me know, just a couple of bullet points. R.I.P. to Black Rob. Black Rob, we lost another one. DMX was the last episode I talked about. Now it's Black Rob. If you don't know Black Rob, I'm 34, and when I was a kid or whatever, there was a song, Whoa. I had this bad bitch uptown, she was whoa. Had me fucked up in the head, I mean, whoa. Bought the bitch diamonds and pearls, I mean, whoa. You probably know that song. If you listen to hip-hop as a kid, you probably know that song. And Black Rob is dead, so R.I.P. to Black Rob. I would like to make some whoa joke, but it's not right now. It's not the right time, guys. You guys can do that on your own time. So pause. If you need to pause this, do that. R.I.P. Black Rob. I've been doing All right, so I've been doing the no fap thing, guys. Who's on this no fap thing? Ladies, if you don't know what the no fap thing is, pretty much guys decide to not jerk off for an extended period of time. 21 days is the goal. Some guys try to do like 2 months, shit like that. But I will tell you that with 21 days, you definitely feel a difference. Like, the thing is, and I don't think this is even scientific, this is all anecdotal. It is, and I think I talked about this on a previous Dolocast, but this was months ago. So, you just feel like you got kind of like an energy about you, like a bounce to your step. Like you're, you know what I'm saying? You got your head on a swivel. It definitely helps. Definitely helps. And I watch a lot less porn over the past year than I've ever had, because just the things you hear, and I'm like, fuck, let me just try not to watch porn and see what's up. Let me just to see what it does. And it definitely makes it helps. And my girl knows that I watch porn. She doesn't care, whatever. And it definitely helps. Here's the thing though, with like, whenever you do masturbate and you don't use porn, now you're using your imagination. And that's a whole different set of problems now. Because with regular porn, you're in that world, right? You're in the porn matrix. The women in there have, you know what I'm saying? They're getting paid to do that stuff, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. The problem with imagination is that now you're thinking about things, like you're leaving it up to your imagination, guys. That's a trouble place, bro. Now you're masturbating to your neighbor, your girlfriend's sister. It gets weird. Can't make eye contact with people. So just be careful. If some of you guys getting off porn, don't get too crazy in the imagination there. You got to have control there too. It's hard being a dude, guys. Right, guys? It's so fucking easy being a dude. Relative to, right? What's the other option? Girl, right? Whatever. I mean, even if you go trans, it's still way easier to be just a dude than anything else. We're over here like trying not to jerk off. It's like day 11, I can see through walls. Oh my God. But you should try it, guys. Stop whacking your dick, all right? Fucking draining all your energy. It's another FredTalk PSA. No fat porn versus imagination. There we go. So on the news, the Black Lives Matter founder, I've heard that she bought $1.4 million home in LA. The right-wing news like Fox News and Daily Wire and all that, they're pretty much calling her out for being a self-proclaimed trained Marxist and buying such an expensive home, right? Someone said it's a $1.4 million mansion, but I think that's a little weird because a $1.4 million house in LA is probably not a mansion, you know? Like, I grew up in Yonkers, New York. That's the fourth biggest city in New York, and a $1.4 million home there isn't like anything close to a mansion. It's like it doesn't get you a crazy thing. So I doubt that in LA, $1.4 million gives you this lavish, crazy house. And now the area she moved into is called Topanga Canyon, and the rate of black people, like there's 1.4% of the population in Topanga Canyon is black. It's kind of weird how those numbers match. I'm like, okay, simulation. I see what you're trying to do. Trying to let me know that there's something at work here. $1.4 million home in a area with only 1.4% of black people. So, the news is, saying, hey, I thought you were a Marxist. How could you be living there? She said that she has not used the donations, any of the donations, the black BLM donations for that. She used the money she made from like a YouTube deal, being a published author, what else? TV producer, YouTube deal, college professor. I mean, I feel like that could get you all that stuff. I feel like it definitely get you some property in LA. So I don't know if there's bullshit going on here. I checked Snopes. Snopes says that it hasn't been proven. I guess it is just kind of weird. It's just a weird timing to be buying a $1.4 million house at this time. Like, it just, and you're the founder, like, she says she treats her money as everyone else. Her answer seemed a little bit bullshit. Like, when I just watching her respond, they seemed a little bit like, oh, my money. I don't look at my money as my money. I look at my money as like my family's money as well. It's like, yeah, of course, you could word it that way too. Anyone who has family and is doing okay, like part of that is for their family, like kids, people they're probably taking care of, things like that. Everybody's situation is different, but the BLM lady buying that home, I don't know if there's fuckery afoot there. It seems like a lady just bought a house in LA, which ain't the coolest place to buy it. But if you think about it, like, you know, LA was one of the tighter shutdown spots. So it makes sense that she would buy something there, right? It's a little more democratic leaning, heavy blue in that city. So it would make sense. If anybody has information on that, let me know. To either way, to make it be like, oh, she fucked up, or not, she's cool. Let me know just to get more info on that, because this story's been in the news cycle now for probably about a couple weeks. I heard about it 2 weeks ago and haven't heard anything super interesting. But right now, the talk of the town is all the police shootings that have been going on. That shit, that's crazy. I mean, it's a lot now. Fucking calm down, guys. Calm down, police. Right? I you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot now, and like what are we gonna do? Kids are being shot. Like it's. I was just listening to a podcast with Henner Gracie and Sam Harris, and they were talking about, you know, police training. And anybody in the fight community has had this conversation. Like anybody who's trained, you know, they say that cops, you know, it's a high pressure situation. You don't know what's going to happen. This and that. Like it's a high pressure situation. Like I get that, but that hijacking that happens to your amygdala gets highly decreased if you know what to do. Like if you know how to handle yourself. If you're trained, you're not necessarily thinking like you kind of know what's going to happen if you can handle yourself. That's why I think they should give like jiu-jitsu guys, purple belts in jiu-jitsus and up, and like wrestlers, like, I don't know, like preferential, like pay them a little bit more, put them to the front of the line to be cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think just training them to that level. And I found out from this podcast that training for these guys on arrest tactics or something like that, it's like 8 hours for 2 years or 8 hours a year or something like that. It's wildly low. Like for you to learn how to handle yourself, you should be doing the martial art like an hour a day, like, you know, I don't even know, 3 to 4 days a week or something like that to be decent. So it'd be interesting to see if the investment is going to be going into more stuff like that. I think that would be better all around. It's not training. Somebody on TikTok says it's not training. What are they like? What are they? My thing is, what are they teaching them? I think if obviously it would take a ton of resources and shit to do this. I'm just talking out of my ass here. We're just thinking of ideas. But if they did have the cops doing like an hour a day, 5 days a week of jiu-jitsu, I think that would do more than just help on those situations. I think just like the culture of that would be like the culture of jiu-jitsu and martial arts and the honor that comes with it, I think would help a lot of the ethos and all that within the police force that may be there. You know what I'm saying? Some of that like, I think it'll help with that, man. I don't know, man. I think it would definitely, it's accountability. Yeah, accountability. Obviously, yeah. I think it's a multi-pronged thing, right? It's not just one thing. Is this and that. This is such a complex thing that it's a bunch of things. I think it's training. It's 100%. It's definitely accountability. But it's at least somewhere to start. At least. When I found out that low number for the training, that's freaking crazy. But I think about this issue and this big problem, and I don't know, dude, it's fucking wild, man. So everybody just stay safe out there. Fucking, I don't know. If you guys got, I don't know, more training, definitely more accountability. There's this, you know, that whole like team shit too, man. It doesn't help. Like the flag with the blue line through it. Like, somebody close to me said that they could upgrade that logo by putting inside the blue line, they should put only the good ones. I like that, right? Because like if you did that, then I think the racist would show themselves, because they would complain about that, because that would make it like a good. Because there's obviously good cops, and there's definitely bad cops. Like, putting only the good ones lets you know that, like, hey, only the good cops represent this. This is like this is for the good ones. And if anybody's like, hey, why do we have to put this? You know he's suspect number one for probably being a bad apple. This is a good way to suss out the system. So I don't know, man. This is crazy. I wonder if there's going to be like a technology that can help with all this, with like minimizing these interactions or these type of conclusions to these interactions. And I think it's going to be a multiple prong solution at the end of the day. I don't know. Last topic for the day, guys. I did a poll on my Instagram about a open relationships. Like, would you do an open relationship? Most people in my and that answered the poll said no, they couldn't do it. And the number one reason was jealousy. So it got me thinking. I'm like, man, it's so funny. Like, is jealousy in modern day time, is that a necessary emotion? I'd like to know, like, what you guys think on, is jealousy a necessary emotion today? And then also, like, how has jealousy helped us from like an evolutionary standpoint? Like, how has jealousy helped us get to here? Because it can't be all bad, right? I think today I think it definitely is all bad. I don't think jealousy is a necessary emotion. I don't know, but it's here, and most of us have it. So, like, but that was the number one reason why people could not do an open relationship. My question to that is, like, if you're married and your significant other asks you to join in an open relationship and you're historically not about that life, what do you do in that moment? Right? You said till death do you part. Like, what do you? They're gonna call you bluff? Like, what? And I'm talking about your partner is like empathetically communicating this. They're hitting their marks. They're trying. And they're just being straight up honest. Like, hey, listen, I love you. I love the kids. Want to spend. I want to try something different. It's just something that I've been thinking about for the past few years, and it's been bugging me. And I thought it would pass, but it doesn't seem like it has. Is there any way we can navigate this together? I would like to know what the answer to that would be. The criteria here is you're historically not about open relationships. You're like, fuck no. And the person that you love, that you want to spend the rest of your life with, now wants to try to open that door. How do you handle that? I'd like to know. Hit me up on Instagram, and I'll post the answer to my story. So pull out your English degrees and do whatever you got to do, But is jealousy a necessary emotion? Open relationships are on the rise now. A lot of the young kids, a lot of the younger guys are doing it. Some people are saying that it takes pressure off the relationship. That we got that answer. Some dudes, they're available for certain things emotionally or time-wise, and then other people could fill that in. And some people feel that that's takes pressure off of them. I think that's great. I think that's fucking awesome, guys. It depends on how much money you're making. I like that. Yeah, this is that's another thing too. If you have, let's say you do like a serious relationship with multiple people, then you have 3 incomes. That sets you up for survival in these tough times. With income inequality and all that, are open relationships the answer to income inequality, guys? These are the kind of questions that we ask at FredTalk, all right? These are the kind of questions that we're asking. Jealousy. Sorry, guys. I'll try not to sing. I know. Here's the thing. I know I can't sing, but it's so fucking fun too. You know what I'm saying? You ever know you're not good at something, you just want to do it? That is what singing is to me, guys. And we're going to wrap this episode up. We talked about a few things here. Let me know what you think of the episode. Guys, this episode is brought to you by Own the Chaos Investing. Check out ownthechaos.com to join the Chaos crew. They've got a watch list that they send out every morning with 5 stocks they're watching for the day. Go check that out at ownthechaos.com. And they also have a live stream every Sunday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, and they talk about the upcoming week in the stock market and what they plan on trading for that week. These guys are setting up an awesome community there, over 1,100 people. Check them out at ownthechaos.com, and also subscribe, rate and review to Fred Talk. Share it with your friends. Check me out on Instagram, TikTok, all the good stuff, guys. All right. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Bye. They talk about crypto, I think, as it relates to. I don't think it's super crypto heavy, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's super crypto heavy. I need to ask them. I think they do talk about it though. I'm not sure. I can follow up with that. Sheba Sharp, thanks for joining the live stream, brother or sister. I don't know if you're a guy or girl, but thank you for joining and your input. See you guys next week.